For women who need to improve their negotiation skills or improve their assertiveness, what are the top, say, 3 tips that you would give them?
I think in terms of assertiveness, well, the first thing is practice, right? You have to practice. It's a bit like riding the bike. You have to practice being assertive. You can't just think, I'm going to be assertive, right? You have to keep practicing it. So practice it by yourself, practice it with others, practice saying no, practicing, saying with respect, I've got a different point of view, right? There's nothing wrong in our part of the world, the free world, to say, I have my own point of view, right? Rather than just sitting on your hands and saying nothing. So practice. I guess another thing then is resilience as well. We haven't really spoken about resilience, but resilience is for me the capacity to cope with life, right? It's not coping with life. It's knowing when it's okay to cope and when it's okay not to cope. So having a sense of your own self-resilience, how you deal with ambiguity, anxiety, having a sense of societal resilience, how you deal with conflict or perceived conflict, and then life resilience itself, how you manage work-life balance. And I think practice, I think being aware of your levels of resilience, and just generally having an awareness that, I guess another thing to say is, and I learned this from a great mentor of mine, Marshall Goldsmith, who's the world's #1 leadership thinker. He said, all you need to do, Simon, when you feel doubt is match your confidence with your capability. In other words, go for it. If you don't ask, you won't get. If you do ask, there's a 50% chance you'll get, right? Same as when you approached me, Marie, to ask me to do this. I could have said no, right? But the fact I said yes meant that you were right in asking, because there was a 50% chance I'd say yes, right? A lot of people wouldn't have reached out, wouldn't have asked. If you don't ask, you won't get. If you do ask, there's potentially a 50% chance of getting. So ask, just ask. There's no harm in asking. What's the worst case? Somebody will say no. The world doesn't end when somebody says no. So I think it's just having the confidence to ask. It's being aware of your resilience, and it's practice.